Octopus mating, memory loss, or the ultimate sacrifice, the bizarre truth. Welcome to FactSpark, where we dive headfirst into the wildest, weirdest, and most wonderful truths about the natural world. Today, we're tackling a rumor that's been floating around the ocean depths. Do octopuses lose their memory after mating? Sounds like a plot twist from a bad rom-com, right? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because the real story behind an octopus's post-mating behavior is so much stranger, so much more dramatic, and honestly, a little bit heartbreaking. They're just forgetting where they put their car keys. We're talking about the ultimate sacrifice, a biological self-destruct button, and the incredibly intense final act of one of the ocean's most brilliant minds. First things first, let's give these eight-armed geniuses their due. We're not just talking about pretty faces here. Octopuses are basically the Einsteins of the ocean, widely considered the smartest invertebrates on the planet. They can crack puzzles that would stump most of us, untie knots like a pro escape artist, and famously, they're the Houdinis of the aquarium world. Seriously, if there's a way out, an octopus will find it. And get this, 2/3 of their neurons are actually in their arms, meaning each tentacle can literally think and feel independently. Imagine your arm deciding it wants a snack while your brain is busy watching TV. Their problem-solving skills and even their sneaky deception tactics are often compared to a dog or a small child. Pretty wild, right? This off-the-charts intelligence makes their ultimate fate even more jaw-dropping. Now, for the part that's a bit of a tear-jerker. For most octopus species, reproduction isn't just a big deal, it's the only deal. They're what scientists call Cephalopods, which is a fancy way of saying they mate once, lay their eggs, and then, well, they check out. This isn't some random bad luck. It's a perfectly normal, albeit dramatic, part of their life cycle. After laying a gazillion eggs, seriously, up to 400,000 of them, the mom octopus goes on the ultimate diet. She stops eating completely. She dedicates every last ounce of her energy to meticulously guarding and cleaning her precious brood, using her suckers like tiny, diligent housekeepers to keep them safe and aerated. This extreme devotion is fueled by immense evolutionary pressure. Only about 1% of those hundreds of thousands of eggs will actually make it to adulthood. Talk about high-stakes parenting. The mother's decline is a slow, heartbreaking process, often nicknamed the death spiral. It can drag on for weeks or even months. She becomes listless, her muscles weaken, and her skin loses its vibrant color. And here's where that memory loss myth comes into play. In their final stages, some captive females start acting, well, bizarre. They might bang against the tank walls, tear at their own skin, or even nibble on the tips of their own tentacles. While scientists have observed a general cognitive decline as a symptom of this end-of-life stage, it's not like they suddenly forget their name. It's a broader, physiologically driven breakdown of both their physical and mental capabilities. By the time those tiny eggs finally hatch, mom is usually already gone. And fellas, don't think you're off the hook. Male octopuses typically kick the bucket within a few months of mating too. It's a tough life in the deep blue. So what's the secret behind this tragic program demise? Scientists have been scratching their heads for decades, and recent breakthroughs have finally pulled back the curtain. The key to this self-destruct button lies in a tiny but mighty organ called the optic gland, nestled right between the octopus's eyes. Think of it like a super-secret control center, similar to our own pituitary gland, but with a much darker agenda when it comes to aging and reproduction. Back in 1977, a groundbreaking study found that if the nerves to this gland were snipped, mother octopuses would actually abandon their eggs, start chowing down again, and incredibly, live for several more months. That was the first big aha moment. More recently, scientists discovered that after mating, this optic gland goes through a wild metabolic makeover. It's not just a simple tweak. It's a complex biochemical rerouting that cranks up the production of some seriously potent molecules. Sex hormones, like pregnenolone and progesterone, which are basically the VIPs of reproduction. Insulin-like hormones, and, here's the kicker, a toxic cholesterol precursor called 7-DHC. In humans, high levels of 7-DHC are super toxic and can cause major developmental and behavioral issues, including self-injury and feeding problems. Sound familiar? It's eerily similar to what we see in those dying octopuses. These molecules, whether acting alone or building up into a dangerous cocktail, ultimately flip the death spiral switch. It's a complex biological process that turns their own bodies into a ticking time bomb. But wait, just when you think you've got nature figured out, it throws a curveball. While most octopuses follow this grim script, there's a fascinating exception, the larger Pacific striped octopus. These guys literally break all the rules. Unlike their usually solitary cousins, LPSOs are surprisingly social. We're talking sharing meals, even sharing dens for days at a time. And get this, their mating is incredibly intimate, beak to beak, sucker to sucker, which is a huge contrast to other species where the males try to stay as far away as possible to avoid becoming a post-coital snack. But the biggest shocker? Female LPSOs are iteroporous, meaning they can mate multiple times and lay multiple batches of eggs throughout their adult lives, sometimes for up to 6 months. They keep eating, mating, and laying eggs even after their first batch hatches. And crucially, they don't self-destruct after reproduction. These unique octopuses are like a cheat sheet for scientists, providing an invaluable natural experiment to understand why other species have this programmed death. So why this extreme sacrifice? Why would such an intelligent creature adopt such a harsh strategy? Well, evolution has some pretty compelling, albeit tough, answers. One major benefit is maximizing baby production. By churning out a massive number of young in one big, quick event, octopuses drastically boost the chances that at least some of their little ones will survive in the wild, risky ocean environment. It's a classic quantity over longevity strategy. Another leading theory is that mom's death actually protects the newly hatched young from cannibalism. Yep, octopuses are known to eat their own kind, and a starving, declining mother could pose a serious threat to her own babies. Her dramatic exit ensures the next generation has a better shot at survival without parental predation. Talk about tough love. Some theories even suggest the decaying mother's body might release essential nutrients into the water, giving those tiny hatchlings a crucial first meal. And finally, young octopuses grow incredibly fast. We're talking up to 5% of their body weight every single day. This rapid growth means they hit sexual maturity super quickly, making a short adult lifespan and subsequent death a perfectly viable and successful evolutionary strategy. The story of the octopus, from its extraordinary intelligence to its programmed post-mating death, is a powerful testament to the wild complexity and sheer wonder of the natural world. The bizarre truth isn't simple memory loss, but a highly programmed biological self-destruction driven by specific hormonal and cholesterol changes. It highlights the ultimate sacrifice for the survival of the species, and how even the most extreme behaviors serve a profound evolutionary purpose. It reminds us that science isn't just about dry facts. It's about unraveling the incredible, often mind-boggling stories woven into the very fabric of life. What do you think about the octopus's ultimate sacrifice? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this bizarre truth as fascinating as we did, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow animal enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to FactSpark for more amazing animal facts and nature mysteries.